What's up, Power Ranger fans? This is John of Video Games and the World, and today's latest news is about Power Rangers. When I was a child, growing up in the 1990s, there were many shows I loved, such as the 1992 X-Men cartoon series, Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man, Biker Mice from Mars, Exo Squad, Beast Wars, Superman the Animated Series, Reboot, and so many more. But there was one show growing up that I was obsessed with. That show was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I love that show, dude. For 29 long years, the Power Rangers have been very popular that it spawned toys, comic books, 3 movies, and with every season there were new heroes, new villains, more intense battles, and with the same mission, to protect all that is good and true in Earth and the universe. Not to forget that it also spawned video games, and, almost forgot, the Power Rangers series is an adaptation of the long-running Japanese series Super Sentai. Now, I know I'm a bit late for this, but it was just announced that the Power Rangers is officially retiring the original Red Ranger. That is Jason Lee Scott. Wow. After so many years of defending Earth and his connection to the Morphin grid, our beloved hero, the original Red Ranger, must retire now. We all remember the Red Ranger Jason back in 1993. He was the fan favorite until Tommy came and took the throne of fan favorite, of course. But still, Jason was, is, and will always be the best and original Red Ranger. So what exactly is the story of Jason? Jason was a martial artist who taught martial arts at the local youth center in Angel Grove at Ernie's Juice Bar and Youth Center. He was a high school student until the date when Rita Repulsa was released from her prison, started an earthquake, and established her base of operations on the moon. He was recruited by Sordon alongside his friends Zack, Trini, Billy, and Kimberly, and became the Red Ranger with the power of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and became the leader of the team. He would later fight against Tommy Oliver in a martial arts competition and later save him from Rita's spell, thus making the iconic Green Ranger part of the team. He stayed as a Red Ranger until the day he, Zack, and Trini left for a peace conference and named Rocky De Santos as his successor. Jason will return to become the Gold Seal Ranger and retook his role as a Red Ranger in the fight against the remnants of the Machine Empire, returned in the legendary battle, and also helped the Dino Fury Rangers in battle. Now, spoiler alert for the comics. In Boom Studios, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 100 by Ryan Parrott, Moises Hidalgo, and Marco Rena, Jason has been possessed by an evil entity known as the Dark Ranger. And Jason wasn't the only one. Both Zack Taylor and Trini Kwan were also overtaken by the Dark Ranger's influence, but Jason stood out as he was the Death Ranger's prime host. Using Jason's body and his connection to the Morphin grid, the Death Ranger rose up an army of the dead on a far-off planet with the intention of using those space zombies to conquer the universe. So the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers powered up to stop them. In the end, however, there was only one Ranger who had the ability to stop the Dark Ranger, and that person was Jason, though the price he'd have to pay was great. That is when Andros severed Jason's connection to the Morphin grid to stop the Dark Ranger. As a result, the battle was over, but Jason could no longer transform into the Red Ranger. For some time now, Jason has been wanting to spend time with his family, as his career as a Power Ranger constantly got in the way of that. Now, Jason is finally able to be with those he cares for the most. It turns out that his end was with a bang, and us old fans of the Power Rangers remember him dearly. We all saw how badass he was, kicking so much ass, and now, this is the end. I gotta say that the Boom Comics take on the Power Rangers was so epic. I loved so much of it, especially the story of Shattered Grid. I also love the story of Tommy's retirement in the story of Soul of the Dragon, and Jason David Frank was helping with the storyline of that comic as well, which was so damn cool. Props to you, Jason. If you're someone raised in the 1990s like me and remember Jason in Power Rangers, then you shall know that we will miss him. So what do you think of this, Ranger fans? Comment, like, share, and subscribe. I am John of Video Games in the World. Have a good one. Later!